Okay. Alex, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, great. All right, so we'll start with some of the questions I have. You said you live in a rent control apartment, right, in the city of LA?
Yes,
Okay. How long have you lived there?
since 1995. 25 years.
Wow. That is a very long time.
It is crazy long time. And I almost lost the apartment because I didn't have enough money, right, you know. I mean, there's a lot of issues regarding, rent. You can be evicted, etc. But, my landlord has unlimited funds and unlimited lawyer funds. And they've told me before, we want you out of this apartment because it's a 2-bedroom apartment. I'm only renting it for $1,332.47, and my rent only goes up 4% a year, right? And they've already made a lot of money on this building. I mean, they bought it 4.5 years ago, for $1.8 million, and the building, it's a 6-unit building, and now it's worth $4.4 million. So they've already made 100% of their money, but still, I saw how they got rid of Peter, the 78-year-old on the apartment one, when he had problems with the rent. And they show no mercy, right? And I was like, okay, if Peter's 78 years old and he's a lot older than me, I'm going, and he was here longer than me, right? He just screwed up a few things, and he thought that, friends and family could save him, and no, they couldn't. But so I'm being very careful to keep up my rent, right? I borrowed money from family, from friends, from the church, etc. Right?
That's great. So you said there's 6 units in the building. So do you have you, in the 25 years you've lived there, have you had any problems with the physical conditions that need a repair?
Yes.
Okay. Can you tell me more about what those were?
I've had I had the kitchen tiles, the kitchen floors. It's all linoleum, and it was done very poorly. So it was like dark and everything, and I couldn't get it fixed. And I finally emailed the landlord saying, please fix it. It's moldy. It's a health hazard, etc. And they were going to replace it with more linoleum, right? And then when the repairman guys came to the place, they said, your kitchen tile has got 3 layers of linoleum. When you put linoleum down, it should be you put on fresh. But these people were so lazy before that they did it wrong, right? And it goes, well, I'm going to let you know, I haven't changed, this linoleum hasn't been changed in 25 years since I've been here. And I've gone through it's my third owner, third different owner, right? And so the email was very effective. And what happened is I emailed one issue per email, and I emailed it on I was really annoyed at my landlord one day because my landlord was measuring the carpets to prepare for me when I was moving out. Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay, you got a lot of balls to measure my carpet before I move out, right? Right? Thinking that I would, choke on the rent, right? It's like, he's going to be moving out soon, so we might as well measure it. And they had 2 Latino guys come in and measure it. It didn't take very long. It only took 10, 15 minutes to measure, and that was it. And he goes, okay. And then a week later, they did the exact same thing with one Latino guy, but a different company. But they never followed through. I'm changing the carpet, right? But I knew they were doing it for after I leave, right? Mm-hmm. But when they did it the first time, I was so annoyed that I was like, oh my gosh, this landlord's crazy. I'm going, okay. What annoys me in this apartment? Well, the kitchen tile annoys me. The kitchen faucet annoys me. The kitchen sink annoys me. The kitchen handle faucet sink annoys me. It goes, the middle door outside annoys me. And the locks annoys me. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna email them three separate emails. I'm gonna send one email for the kitchen for tile, one email for the kitchen faucet. I'm gonna do one email for the door. And I did 3 separate emails. I sent it to the landlord. I sent it to the tenant portal. I put the complaint on the tenant portal, and I said, please refer to email I sent. And I took pictures of the problem, and each email had a picture of the problem. So it was, and then I did something that was totally crazy and uncalled for, but because I was so desperate, I was like, you know what? These emails are not going to do anything, my landlord. But maybe I can use them in court when they evict me in, October or November, right? So like October, November. So I'll go, so you know what? At least this will help the judge. Maybe I can get a judge to help me, so I can buy more time in October, November when I get evicted. And so I expected nothing. What I did for the crazy thing was I CC'd 27 people, carbon copy 27 people on my email. And the landlady, she's, Persian lady in her late 30s, very pretty, and new to this thing. She was like, I guess, surprised and stunned that I did that. And she had no idea that any of these people were lawyers or whatever, doctors, whatever. So the next day she calls, she emails me saying, Alex, we're going to be fixing your tile, the kitchen floor. We're going to be replacing it with brand new linoleum. We're going to reglaze your kitchen sink. And we're going to fix the door up there. Plus, we're going to fix your carpeting. And I goes, I'll believe the carpeting when I see it, but that's not going to happen. But I could see those other 3 things. And sure enough, in the next 4 days, she fixed them. She fixed it. And the handyman was calling her. And I told the handyman, I know you guys work for her and you make good a living from her, but is there any way I could get a kitchen tile instead of linoleum? And he goes, actually, sir, that's actually a good idea. It's a lot more expensive, because kitchen tile is, a 17 by 17 tile, 17 inches by 17. And he goes, but it's a lot more expensive than linoleum. I don't know if she'll approve it, but the condition of your floor looks pretty bad. We're going to ask her to approve it. The handyman goes. I goes, okay. But they might not do it because they're cheap. All right. And I goes, okay. And the 2 handymen called and they said, okay, we're going to she agreed to it. And I was like stunned. So I have now brand new kitchen tiling, right?
When did this happen?
When did this happen? July 10th.
Oh, just recently.
Yeah, July 10th.
Okay.
Yeah, I between July 10th and July 13th, I sent an email, the nasty emails on July 9th. And so I did one complaint, and I carbon copied 27 people. And then I did a second complaint.
People, what were these 27 people, like your neighbors or? Friends,
family, people from church, people I knew, right, and I was like, okay, and she had no idea who they were, right, I had one friend called Richard Houston, that sounds like a lawyer. I had a woman named Wendy Paris, right, whatever, and it worked, and I was surprised. And then after 4 days I was finished. I mean, I get it by like, okay, they started the next day. I mean, they basically started they emailed me the next day, and they started the day almost like the day after. So I was
what made you want to send the email? Like, what made you be like, oh, okay, I've been complaining about these things, and now I'm going to send an email. Like, what made you want to send an email?
What made me send the email was I was so freaking annoyed that the landlord measured my carpeting before I moved out.
Okay.
You don't measure the carpet. What's that?
You're not. Sorry, just wanted clarification. You're not living at the apartment right now?
No, I am moving. I am living there.
Oh, okay.
I am living there, but they were waiting for the rent moratorium or eviction moratorium to expire, right? And then they could hit me with an eviction notice, right?
Okay.
Right? Yeah. So I was just annoyed. I expected nothing, to be honest. I expected, I'm going